Boom. Peter, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, would really like to see these contract gymnastics settled before camp and or preseason so that we don't have like 30+% of the roster unsigned in 2025. Yeah, I mean, the big ones in particular are Michael Carter II and DJ Reed and Hassan Reddick. Those are kind of the three that I think most people are keeping their eye on. Everyone else, 𝐒𝐿 is probably going to be gone. I'm sure we got a few other one-year contracts that we're looking at that I'm just forgetting off the top of my head. But where do you guys stand in terms of, maybe priority list, whether it's those three guys or other players that maybe I did not mention? Tigo, I'll go to you first. Hassan Reddick, DJ Reed, and Michael Carter II, and anyone else, I guess. Is there a priority to which one you would think has, pecking order for a new contract?
Yes. I don't think people are going to like the answer. I think it's Tyler Conklin. I think he should be made a priority. He's on the last year of his deal. And I think that he is much more important to this offense than I think people anticipate. So I would probably look at doing that. I think you're probably going into this year and you're telling Michael Carter and DJ Reed, we can only keep one of you. Go earn it. Like force the hand. Which one of you two are we going to? We can't keep you both because we're going to have to pay Sauce $1 trillion, right? Like, so earn it. Prove, like DJ Reed, go and prove that we should give you the deal that you've never gotten and that we should kick Michael Carter down the road, or say, Michael Carter, show us that you're the best slot corner in the NFL and that you deserve 3 years, $33 million, because that's probably what he would get in the open market. And then I think Hassan Reddick's getting extended. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be like a 3-year deal, but like the third year's fake. It's really just this year and next year, and then he's gone after the third year, and it's just the whole idea is to extend the money. But there's a lot of guys that are up for contracts that are interesting conversations, and I don't know if like DJ Reed or MC2 right now are going to be the priority.
Because so I actually like your... Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
No. That was it. That was just because like we just drafted a bunch of DBs. What if one of them shows out? You know what I mean? We're hearing a lot of things from Mr. Irrelevant and Key being good, Stiggers being good. Like
next year's draft's supposed to be really good too for corners.
Yeah. So the decision's going to make itself as the season goes on, but we'll see.
The Conklin thought is an interesting one because that's something that I think a lot of us sort of penciled in as getting restructured at some point. And I thought it was going to get done post-draft anyway. I thought that was more of like a gamesmanship with the whole Brock Bowers potential, drafting. Well, if we restructure Conklin before the draft, then it doesn't make any sense to go with a Bowers. Now I think you're at a point where, you get through training camp. I think there could be some, maybe health side of things. Like if someone tears an ACL throughout training camp, they're less likely to obviously, get a contract extension, and at least you can get through like the bulk of the summer. Matt, what are your thoughts on Conklin and also those other three that I mentioned? Are there other players that you would want in the pecking order as well?
That's a good call out by Tigo on Tyler Conklin. I don't know if he would be my number one, but he is absolutely someone that I would look to extend. I agree. I think he's going to be higher in the pecking order than a lot of people think for this offense. For me, I think Michael Carter in the slot would be my answer. I love DJ Reed, but I think he is going to command some pretty significant money as an outside corner, and I think someone pays him to be a cornerback one. And I don't think the Jets could afford to do that and then sign Sauce Gardner in a year or two to a massive record-breaking deal. Slot corner is relatively cheap. I think the highest paid slot's like $11 million against the cap. So if you're giving him a 3 or 4 year deal at 10, 11 million AAV, I think that's a lot easier to do than signing a DJ Reed on what would be another free agent deal at even bigger money when Sauce is due. So I think their hope is that someone like a Quantez Stiggers is going to develop and maybe be that guy, or Brandon Echols, who we know that they do like a lot. But, worst comes to worst, if they don't like what they see out of those guys, you could head into free agency on the cheaper side than a DJ Reed or the NFL draft and try to find your cornerback too and a new running mate for Sauce Gardner. But as much as I love Reed, I just don't know how you're able to pay both him and Michael Carter. And I think Carter playing a cheaper position at slot corner, which in today's game is incredibly important. So I think it's they should, excuse me, they should be paid more. But to the Jets' benefit, I think that's the guy that I would choose.
Yeah, I would tend
will
to agree
say
with
this-
you on that. And I would say that Pro Football Focus also listed Michael Carter II ahead of DJ Reed on their top cornerback rankings. Not that that necessarily matters, a whole heck of a lot, but I do think that the value per dollar spent is going to go further on Michael Carter than it will on Reed. I think Reed's going to get a monster contract from someone, and that's not to say I don't like Reed either. I very much like him. I don't think there's a way for us to retain him. As far as Conklin goes, I don't think Conklin's going to get a monster deal, but I think re-signing him and bringing him back would make a lot of sense from a structural standpoint in this offense. I think he's going to understand playing with Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the better opportunities you're going to get in your career. Locking it in for 2 years and then trying to maybe get a contract beyond that might not be the worst thing either.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.